I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So we're returning to our histories. Now, before we read Amaziah, we read a little bit about the reign of Jeroboam in the north and Uzziah in the south. Now, of course, Uzziah, also called Azariah, he's the son of Amaziah, who's the son of Joash. Joash was killed in a conspiracy after turning to idolatry. Amaziah turns to idolatry and is also killed in a conspiracy. Now, Uzziah is king. He's a very righteous king who has built up the defenses of Judah. Jeroboam is king in Israel when Uzziah becomes king. He has restored Israel to its greatest extent. This is the final or the main golden age of the northern kingdom. My son wanted to say hi. Say hi. Anyways, as I was saying, Jeroboam has restored the northern kingdoms to its greatest extent, its final golden age, you could say. And about halfway through his reign, Uzziah becomes king in Judah. So now we are returning to the northern kingdom. We're going to read a little bit about Jeroboam and what happened after his reign during the reign of Uzziah. So here we go. We begin this in chapter 14 of 2 Kings. We will also read in chapter 15, but first, chapter 14, this is going to be just verses 28 and 29. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam and all that he did, and his might, how he warred, and how he recovered Damascus, and Hamath, which belonged to Judah, for Israel, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jeroboam slept with his fathers, even with the kings of Israel, and Zechariah his son reigned in his stead. So there we have, that's basically all we get about Jeroboam. He reigned longer than any other king in Israel, and he had great wars. It says he recovered Damascus. Now, Damascus was the capital of Syria, which means that at this time, Syria is defeated by Israel. And he also reclaimed some territory that Judah had taken that belonged to Israel. So, now, my son is going to say goodbye. Bye-bye. And I'm going to set him down, and he's going to go to his mother. Bye. Bye. And then we will flip. We will turn to chapter 15, and we are going to read starting in verse 8. In the 38th year of Azariah, king of Judah, did Zechariah the son of Jeroboam reign over Israel in Samaria 6 months. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. And Shallum the son of Jabesh conspired against him, and smote him before the people, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. And the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. This was the word of the Lord, which he spake unto Jehu, saying, Thy sons shall sit on the throne of Israel unto the 4th generation. And so it came to pass. So what were the sons, the kings of Israel here? We had Jehu, then his son Jehoahaz, then his son Jehoash, then his son Jeroboam, and then Zechariah. Now, if we count Jehu as the first generation, he had 4 generations that reigned on the throne and died on the throne, and in the 5th generation, the kingdom was taken over. Or we could just say that Jehu was going to be given 4 generations after him, and in the 4th generation is when they lost the throne. Either way you want to look at it, it still fulfills the prophecy. Let us continue. Verse 13. Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9 and 30th year of Uzziah, king of Judah. And he reigned a full month in Samaria. For Menahem, the son of Gadai, went up from Tirzah, and came to Samaria, and smote Shallum, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. And the rest of the acts of Shallum, and his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. So I think it's fun. Shallum got to reign just a little bit longer than Zimri did. Remember, Zimri got to reign for 1 week. Shallum gets to reign for, as it states, a full month before he's killed. But this is how things generally went in Israel. You had the dynasties of Israel lasted very short periods. So it's just standard in Israel for conspiracies to rise up to take over the kingdom. Anyways, verse 16. Then Menahem smote Tiphsah, and all that were therein, and the coasts thereof from Tirzah, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were with child he ripped up. In the 39th year of Azariah, king of Judah, began Menahem, the son of Gadai, to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. And Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. And the rest of the acts of Menahem, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah his son reigned in his stead. So Menahem here, he goes to war, and he takes over the kingdom. The people of Tiphsah don't submit to his rule, so he destroys the city. I think he was a little bit wicked in this. He's a little more evil than Jehu was. Jehu killed the royal family and everything when he took over, but this says he slaughtered all the women. He devastated the city. He then bribes Assyria to allow him to remain king. Now, from what I understand, this the king Pul that it says here, Pul, the king of Assyria, he's not verified in external records and anywhere else outside the Bible, as far as I understand. So he may have likely been there was a period in Assyria where the local nobility had more power than the king, and so Pul could have been one of these local nobles and not an actual king, just a local ruler. We don't really know. Anyways, we continue here. In the 50th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. But Pekah, the son of Remaliah, a captain of his, conspired against him, and smote him in Samaria, in the palace of the king's house, and Argob and Ariah, and with him 50 men of the Gileadites, and he killed him and reigned in his room. And the rest of the acts of Pekahiah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Pekah and Pekahiah. So this gives us a very quick succession of rulers in Israel. During the reign of Uzziah, after Jeroboam dies, we have his son, who reigns for 6 months, Shallum, who reigns for 1 month, Menahem reigns for 10 years, his son Pekahiah reigns for 2 years, Pekah reigns for 20 years. Now Pekah becomes the king in the last year of Uzziah, according to this timing. As there's some discrepancy in the timing, but in this he becomes king in the last year of Uzziah, or Azariah. We're just seeing a rapid decline in Israel. King after king taking over. One reigns 10 years, one reigns 20 years. The one that reigned 10 years pays tribute to Assyria to keep them out of the land. This is a rapid decline of the kingdom, and very shortly we will see the complete destruction of Israel. Now, before we read that, we will be reading a little bit more about the kings of Judah. And so all this is taking place during the reign of Uzziah. So we're going to have to return to the reign of Uzziah in Judah and read what was happening in Judah while all of this turmoil is going on in the north. So we will see you there.